This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so team one, you all are up. So who's heading up team one? Okay, Ms. Jones. That was submitted under who? Muhammad?
I submitted it. I don't know who all submitted.
Yeah, I didn't know who was in my group.
You know, who's in your group?
I don't
Okay.
know. I had emailed you though, but she never emailed me back.
Okay. Let me go out and see if I can. Okay, so I need to get the one from you, Jones Johnson. That's the one I need.
Um, Anybody else who submitted it, did the video upload? Because I don't think when I submitted mine, the video portion uploaded.
You all, of course, can take the screen and share it and do it also.
Okay.
Stop sharing for a moment.
We're doing the fraudulent company report right now.
Correct. And I'm going through to,
Well, how we put it on the screen?
I will put it on the screen in just a second. I've got to download it. So
Alright.
what I need to know is for that team, which one you all want downloaded. So that's
Um, Bethany, Bria, did y'all submit one and the video uploaded?
I didn't submit
We were
a
supposed to upload a video.
yeah,
Nah,
No,
I
just
uploaded a slide.
right.
Yeah, I uploaded all the slides. I don't know if I know video.
no. There's
so who
on the
uploaded all the
presentation.
slides?
I
John
uploaded
Sunson.
slides.
Did you upload all the slides?
Uh,
I think I did. I
I
don't
I
know.
think I did.
Taj, you were supposed to be the lead of this group. I don't think you submitted. Did you submit something on? Are you in the
Yeah, I
group?
submitted the presentation.
You're in the separate group me?
Nah, yeah, I'm in a group meet, but I'm not in a separate one. I don't know who in my group.
Yeah, you're supposed to be in our group.
Uh, Nobody had responded, so I ain't know. My bad.
Well, definitely, it's going to be a need to attend classes and everything.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see if I can.
Mine submitted with all the slides.
That's you, Bethany?
Yeah, mine should be submitted.
Okay.
And so this is what I have here. We'll start with this one. So let's just see. Okay, let's begin.
Okay. My name is Ebony.
But my name
We
is
have
Bethany Stevens.
My name
And my name
Jaden
is
Peace.
Taj Muhammad.
My name Devin Albert.
And I'm Bria Block.
Okay,
okay. Charles Ponzi was born in Lugo, Italy in 1882. At the age of 21, having already worked as a postal worker, Ponzi decided to set sail for the U.S. pursuit for a better life. By 1919, Ponzi was living in Boston. It was here that he first discovered the International Reply Coupon, the IRC. This coupon allowed a sender to pre-purchase postage and included it in the letter being sent. Ponzi figured out that purchasing massive quantities of coupons from weaker European economies and selling them for a higher price in the United States could generate a profit. This operation was legal opposite of the Ponzi scheme. Um, He turned his business into a scam, setting up his security exchange company in the early 1920s and persuading people to invest in the business. I don't know if that video is going to play, but I can pull it up.
it's not pulling up to play. Let's go to the next slide then.
Oh, wait.
Okay, so the main reason why Ponzi
Did you all
scheme
want to,
fails.
does someone want to share the video?
Um,
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the typical reason why Ponzi schemes fails is because mainly fraud and it's all about the money. Mostly all Ponzi schemes are unstable and doomed to fail eventually, which was the case for Charles Ponzi. Ponzi schemes are illegal, so the Ponzi schemes are already at risk and won't take too long for the wrong person to find out about the scheme and shut it down. People that invest in Ponzi schemes can decide to pull their investments, which can cause the scheme to collapse because Ponzi schemes are funded by investors. Ponzi schemes are likely to fail due to the inability to attract the new investors, which eventually cause the scheme to fail.
Well, for, you mentioned about, you can, if you invest in a company, you can get your money back. You can't say, I want my money back.
Yeah.
And it's not incorporated, a partnership or something. But if you contribute to a corporation, if you contribute to a corporate Ponzi scheme, you can stop contributing, but you can't ask for your money back. So just keep that in mind.
mm, okay.
Okay, Bernie Madoff. Madoff conducted the largest Ponzi scheme in history, defrauding thousands of investors out of billions of dollars. His Ponzi scheme ran for decades. Madoff's breakthrough came when he started a building electric trading, working with the order flow of the New York Stock Exchange. He developed a network worth 100 million annually. He became the chair of, I don't know how to say that, Nike, something like that.
NASDAQ.
NASDAQ in the early 1990s, which when Madoff claimed that when his Ponzi scheme started. Madoff developed an investment method known as split strike convention, which he claimed granted large and constant returns on his client investments.
Okay, so let's look at this slide. And, it was said that Ponzi schemes don't last a long time. Whereas we see this scheme, the largest one there, and it ran for decades. So once again, you can't just say we're going to stop contributing. That didn't happen in this case. The largest one ran for many decades. Okay.
So the way that the Madoff scandal worked was investors would invest, and for decades they were receiving consistent annual returns through these account statements that were fabricated, and it was other documentation that would convince them that their money had been placed into actual investments when it had not been. And these initial investors were being paid by the steady income of new investors, but not through the actual investments that they thought they were making. And these new investors kept coming because him having high return rates, and also he created an image of exclusivity because in the beginning he would deny people in turn. And so because of his reputation, it was fairly easy for him to earn money and earn investors' trust.
Hmm.
Uh, Harry Marco Polis is a famous person in American world of finance. He is a self-employed financial analyst and certified fraud examiner specializing in the forensic investigation of public company and accounting fraud. He is also known for being one of the first whistleblowers in Madoff's Ponzi scheme, and he also published a book called No One Will Listen, A True Financial Journey, which told about his private investigation and calculations on the scandal.
So what was his book about now?
uh his private investigations and calculations on the scandal, on how he figured out about the Ponzi scheme.
So he went and he investigated it, right? And he
Yeah,
told the Securities and Exchange Commission about it.
yeah.
And what did they say?
At first, no one really believed him.
So they ignored his report. So he found something else for you to look at. He found the fraud, reported it. Nobody would listen to it.
Yeah,
Major investors in Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme were charitable organizations and wealthy individuals. Uh, the first charitable organization was the Pickover Foundation, associated with Jeffrey Pickover, who was one of the largest victims of the Madoff scheme. It was reported to have lost billions of dollars, but the trustee for Madoff's bankruptcy recovered a significant amount of Pickover's estate to compensate the victims. And the second charitable organization was the JEHT Foundation, and that was focused on criminal justice reform, human rights, and fair elections. And it had to close its doors after losing nearly all of its endowment in the Madoff scandal. And then the Elie Wiesel Foundation for Humanity was a charitable foundation that also suffers substantial losses. While the exact amount may not be publicly disclosed, it was reported to be in the millions of dollars. And some of the wealthy individuals were Kevin Bacon and Kira Sedgwick. Their estimated losses are reported to be in the millions, but the exact figures not publicly disclosed. And Steven Spielberg, Steven Spielberg's loss isn't publicly disclosed either, but it's also somewhere in the millions.
So the reason we investigate this, had you investigate this, okay, these people would have attorneys and accountants and financial advisors. Okay, they don't just go and do things. So they had advisors, but they didn't pick up that this was a scheme, a Ponzi scheme. So they missed that. So one of the questions for you is how are you going to be able to determine when you make all your money and you're rich, what to invest it in and whether it will be fraudulent or not. Is that our last slide?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
any questions? So this was Joan Sonson, Bethany Stevens, Jaden Peace, Darwin Albert, and Brea Block.
I
Those were
had
the
did one
people.
separate from theirs.
Who's that?
Taj Muhammad.
Okay, you got one separate.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is yours show then, Muhammad? What is yours show?
Basically the same thing. It was the Ponzi scheme and the Madoff scheme. It's just I didn't know like who was in my group, cause in the group me I had put who was in group one, but nobody had responded, so I ain't know.
Nobody responded.
Yeah.
Well, what do you have to add?
Probably just like a few minor details, like the fact that when he did the scheme, he offered investors a 50% return when he started off, and within the first 45 days, or 100% return within the first 90 days. And basically, like Madoff did the same thing. He was guaranteeing investors a big percentage of. They were like guaranteeing the money back, knowing that it wasn't like guaranteed money.
Okay, so we go through the Ponzi scheme and it fails, but what happens to the people who've invested in the Ponzi scheme? What happened to them?
Nothing. They don't get nothing. They just did a bad investment.
So how are you gonna keep yourself from falling for a scheme like this? What are you gonna do?
You need to fact check it, see what you're investing your money into.
Say that again.
You need to fact check it and see what you're investing your money into, and like the percentage rates, and actually know what's going on instead of just giving somebody your money and letting them handle it.
Hmm, okay. Okay. Any questions? Hopefully, Team One, you all gonna kind of get together,
Yeah, we should be able to now.
or y'all should be able to now. Okay. All right. Who's up next? Team Two. Who should I be looking at on Team Two? let's just see what we have here. Uh, let's see. Team two, did you all send anything to me?
Yes, I put the link to the slides to Blackboard, and it was the whole presentation.
Is this it?
Yes.
So tell me all about cryptocurrency.
It's basically a digital way to make transactions. You can do it through Bitcoin. I think it's pronounced Dogecoin, XRP, and uh, all different types of currencies.
So you have some Bitcoin?
I used to, but I not anymore.
Well, what made you change your mind?
I didn't know what it was exactly.
Mhm.
So cryptocurrency can be defined as it was created by Satoshi Nakamoto, which was a pseudonym, so nobody exactly knows who he is or what he looks like. But it can be defined as a digital currency that serves as an alternative form of created using encryption algorithms. It also allows people to make payments directly to each other, and it's a decentralized finance, so it's not connected to one specific bank. So people have more control over their money.
So is that a good thing?
I think it is.
Okay.
And so, how these exchanges operate, first, to define a cryptocurrency exchange, it is a platform by which users can buy and sell digital assets. So, places like, or apps like Cash App and Robinhood are some popular platforms, and they're usually functional on those mobile apps like that or desktops. And it operates as a stock exchange, but instead of stocks, there are cryptocurrencies that are utilized.
Okay.
What services are offered by these exchanges? Cryptocurrency exchanges work similar to a broker, giving you the tools to buy and sell cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tether. Crypto exchanges also offer price discovery through trading activity, as well as storage for crypto is used as an alternative payment method or speculative investment. Furthermore, they let people send crypto securely without the need for a central government or bank. How do these exchanges make money? The exchange lets users deposit their crypto into a pool to earn interest. These pooled assets are then lent to institutional borrowers, market makers, and leverage traders who initially pay interest to borrow these assets. The exchange collects a cut of this interest yields as their fee, which is how people get paid.
Next presenter.
Types of schemes. There's there are several types of schemes, but the common ones include the pyramid scheme,
Talk a
which
little bit
is a
louder, please. Go ahead. Just talk a little louder.
okay. So the pyramid scheme is a scheme of fraudulent and unsustainable investment pitch and relies promising unrealistic returns from imaginary investments. Another common scheme is the Ponzi scheme, which is a investing scam promising high rates of return with little risk to investors. And then there's the phone offers, which is someone who usually contacts you by email or invites you to apply for to start a job. And then a billing scheme is a fraud which an employee causes the victim organization to issue fraudulent payments by submitting invoices, goods or services, inflated invoices, or purchases. And then lastly, false billings, a billing scheme which includes a fraudulent disbursement technique where a person submits bills for goods or services, also invoices, and tricking the employer into paying them.
So cryptocurrency companies can do all of these, correct? Some combination.
Yes.
Cryptocurrency regulations are still being researched and developed worldwide. Also, I wanted to add that the U.S. announced a new framework in 2022 that opened doors to further regulations. The new directive handed power to existing marketing regulators such as the Security Exchange Commission and the Community Futures Trading Commission.
Okay.
Jamie Dimon's description of cryptocurrency. Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, has been known for his critical views on cryptocurrency. In the past, he has referred to Bitcoin, the most well known cryptocurrency, as fraud or worse than tulip bulbs. However, he has acknowledged the potential of blockchain technology, the underlying technology behind cryptocurrencies. For its applications in financial services, his views on cryptocurrency over time have evolved, but his initial stance was notably skeptical.
Hmm.
And on the next one, it's like a brief timeline. I guess about how kind of he changed his mind. In 2017 was his initial criticism over the Bitcoin. That's when he initially called it fraud, and that he would fire any JP Morgan trader for being stupid enough to trade in Bitcoin. And then he acknowledged the blockchain, and then in 2018 he reevaluated his thoughts. And then in 2019 and 2020, he decided to create a JP Morgan coin that was basically kind of like their own Bitcoin for all of the Chase users.
So you can get JP Morgan Bitcoin now,
Yeah, it's called JP coin. It's through your
huh?
actual bank.
Okay. Why was Diamond originally opposed to it, you think?
Probably because he just didn't know enough about the technology. And he's been CEO of JP Morgan Chase since 2005, so I'm pretty sure change was something that he wasn't, willing to jump right into, something new.
Well, more than that, they were in competition with the banks, and the concern would be,
Hmm.
would they replace banks or cut into their funds? But as you said, since they couldn't beat it, they're now doing what? Joining it.
Joining it, yeah. I don't think that it'll necessarily be a complete turnover because it's still an unregulated asset, so there's no way to really, regulate the money per se. So that the banks in turn would lose, I would think.
Hmm.
Okay, the last slide. Types of individuals who would invest in cryptocurrency. Um, so this is like, I guess I would say five different types of people I came up with. So the early adopters are the people that are into the techno era, speculators and traders, believers in decentralization and financial freedom, the ones who necessarily don't want to deal with the banks, diversification seekers, and futurists and visionaries.
Okay, so having looked at all of that, what's you all feeling about cryptocurrency? Now you've gone through this report. What is your feeling about cryptocurrency now?
I actually invested in cryptocurrency a long time ago, so I don't really see a problem with it.
Okay, so it's one of those changes that's coming through, right?
Hmm.
And just
And if you
like with
catch it early,
J.P.
you can make some
Morgan,
good money.
but just like with J.P. Morgan, they had to change their thing on it. What? That's the environment that you all are in. It's changing, it's challenging, and you have to be ready. Not gonna be able to stay the same way. Any questions?
I think the
Okay.
only downfall to that would probably just be that the government will have every like penny that you make or any every dollar that you send to somebody, like no money will go untraced.
Well, can they tell you not to be involved in it?
Do you feel like at one point we're gonna have a choice?
No. I mean, it's your money, right? And suppose that's the way. And if Chase Bank moves into it, then we get ready to move into what? Instead of a country currency, a USA, French currency, or Spanish currency, we'll have a world currency.
World currency.
So it's a great, exciting world that you all are maturing into. But if money is to be made, you see, people gonna go and make the money. So they aren't concerned about the average person. But J.P. Morgan, Chase, and other individuals, they're gonna go in and make the money. So you got to learn how to watch out for yourself. So let's just see if we can look at. Okay. So let's see if we can hear about FTX.
Okay. So this is group three, and we have me, Aisha. We have Kylie, Taekwon, and Teray. Kita, she's no longer in this class, so Kylie is gonna be our new like team co-lead. But yeah, you can go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay. FTX was is short for Future Exchange, and it was founded by Samuel Benjamin Bankman Fried, also known as SMF. He founded the company May 2019, and the headquarters are in the Bahamas. You go to the next one. You can go to the next one. Okay. Um, FTX began within Alameda Research, a trading firm founded by SMF and other former employees of Jane Street in 2017. Block in August 2020 through July 2021, Blockfolio, a cryptocurrency portfolio tracking app, was acquired for 150 million. It raised 900 million at an 18 billion valuation from over 60 investors.
Customers began opening accounts on FTX to trade and buy cryptocurrency, and top venture capital investors started pouring in. By January 2022, the company was worth about 32 billion. Also, FTX is a trading platform which lets people buy one coin and then trade it for another, and then you can also like turn it into money. August 2022 through October 2022, the FDIC issued a cease and desist order to FTX for making false and misleading representations about depositing being covered by the FDIC insurance. In October, FTX was under investigation for allegedly, sorry, I can't see the bottom of that.
Let's look at this line here. They raised how much?
Uh, 900 million.
And they valued it at what?
Uh, 18 billion.
So what does that mean?
That they made it worth more
They got
than what?
900. Why did they go under? They got 900 million,
Mm-hmm.
but said it was worth 18 billion.
18 billion.
So that was an issue there, though they wouldn't tell people. But if you that's a major thing now. Okay, let's
Yeah.
move on.
Okay. And then November. Oh,
Yeah, that is there. How did the 900 million turn into 18 billion? Then 32. That is, if you put 900 million in the bank and you said it was worth 18 billion, would that make sense?
No, it wouldn't at
It
all.
did.
It's as if they were falsifying the information that they had on the $900 million to make people believe that it was worth 18 billion.
They just said it was worth 18 billion, and everybody got excited.
Exactly, and that was where the problem came.
So why did these people get excited?
Well, I mean, if they see something worth $18 billion, they must believe that it has some type of value to it. It's kind of like when the stock memes took off, AMC, GameStop, Dogecoin. You have a lot of bandwagoners, so they see something and they're like, "Oh, well, this is making people money and it's making people money fast. Whether it's a scam or not, I'm gonna try it." And so they try it, and then that's how people ended up losing their money.
Okay.
The types of investors, it's Taekwon Grimes, by the way. But the types of investors, you have retail, institutional, strategic, and market investors. Um, for retail investors, these are individual. It is hard to see in my back. These are individual investors who trade interest in cryptocurrencies on FTX. They may include traders, I don't know that word honestly, or individuals looking to diversify their investment portfolios. Do you have any questions about that one before we move on to the next one? Or you want me to read
I
all of
guess
them
it's
first?
enthusiasts, but so we're talking about the people who invest in cryptocurrency.
Correct.
Anybody on your team fit in that category?
Um, I'm not even sure. You're talking
Okay,
about in
go
my
ahead.
group right here, correct? You said continue?
Yeah, continue.
Okay. Okay, so institutional investors, FTX has been successful in attracting institutional investors, including hedge funds, asset fund managers, and family offices. These investors typically have larger capital allocations and may engage in more sophisticated trading strategies. Anything for that one or continue as well?
Continue.
Okay. Strategic investors. FTX has also attracted strategic investors such as blockchain companies, technology firms, and industry leaders. These investors often bring expertise, partnership, and synergies to FTX. Market markers. Market markers play a good role in providing liquidity on FTX. They facilitate trading by continuously quoting bid and ask prices, narrowing spreads, and ensuring smooth market operations. Any questions?
All these people invest in it. Okay.
The future exchange impacted bankruptcy on investors. It had a lot of impact when it came when it came to them going bankrupt. Um, when they went bankrupt, Bitcoin fell to the lowest it had been in the past 2 years of its previous all-time high. Meaning as if like if it was the highest it had been for the past 2 years, and people were just putting their money in or had their money in, it dropped, and it dropped heavily. And then investors also suffered major losses because of that. And investors who had assets on future exchange cannot withdraw their funds. So an example of that, I know like a while back there was like a big Robinhood scandal where like people were trying to sell the coins they were buying or even some of the stocks that they were buying, and the brokerage, it wouldn't let them sell or wouldn't let them buy, wouldn't let them do anything. So it's like I have money in this. I'm trying to get rid of it before it drops. It's not letting me do it, so I'm losing all of my money. Basically, they're stealing people's money. And then it says liabilities were between 10 billion to 50 billion dollars. In other words, that was the amount of funds that people either lost or or couldn't sell from their profits. Um, I listed some references as well. Do you have any questions, Professor, on that one?
Very interesting.
Yeah,
I guess the question is, why couldn't people look at the company and see any issues?
right. And I mean, a lot of times, like you kind of, if you're one of those people who kind of just jump on the train when they see something moving, and you haven't really done any research behind it, then you don't really find out until it's too late. Like I mean, if certain people had done their research on what they were investing in, then they would have saw not to put their money there because that's eventually going to crash, or it's not really something that has any type of value or volume behind it.
So we started with Ponzi,
Hmm.
with early 1900s or whatever, whenever he was. And
Hmm.
then we had Madoff, and now we have FTX. We had Enron in Houston, if you are familiar with that company, as well as a
Yeah,
bunch of others. Happens all the time.
yeah. It's kind of like people pump it up. Oh, well, go ahead.
So the major endorsers were like A-listers, like A-list celebrities. It was said that at least 11 of these celebrities ended up being wrapped up with their scandal, and they ended up like they got out of the scandal without facing jail time, but they were still intertwined, you know. The celebrity endorsers included supermodel Giselle Bud Bundchen, I think that's her name, and I think that's Tom Brady's wife or ex-wife. Stephen Curry, Naomi Osaka, and David Ortiz, which is aka Big Poppy. They're all involved for appearing in paid advertising campaigns and endorsing the exchange. Also, Tom Brady was involved. He appeared in an ad. He was playing football, like something weird, and then he was like crypto UN, and he also SMF also paid Bill Clinton 250,000 to appear in one of his talk shows. Um, and the person who advised all these people. Oh, you can go to the next slide. I'm sorry. The person who advised all these people was Michael Kives. He was a big like Hollywood agent. Um, for him doing like all that work, he received 125 million with $500 million on top of all of that going to his investment firm um, called K5 Transaction and Mount Olympic Transactions. Those extension expenses added up to being 700 million, is like the figure, which is the figure FTX bankruptcy lawyers are aiming to recover from Kai's. Baum, I think that's his name, Baum, which is his co-founder for one of those investment firms, and they trying to do it like really quickly. Yeah, that's that.
So we have endorsers, who so they go and get people to endorse this. And you know how we are starstruck, right?
Kylie, she's here, but her Wi-Fi is like acting on and off. But
Okay.
let me see. What payment were received by major endorsers? So everybody got paid basically. Tom Brady, like I said, he got paid for his endorsement, and his wife got paid a pretty penny as well. I think she got paid. Well, I don't think they specified it, but they did say it was more than 150K that she got paid. Taylor Swift also got paid. Hold on. She says she's trying to talk, but we can't hear her.
Well, that's okay. If you talk for it, that's fine.
Okay. The company would give celebrity agents the option of buying a smaller block of share and arrangements that was typically only advised to select groups of potential investors, including its own company. So, like, you could either get a share of the company and let that grow and get your money back, or you could just get paid right then and there, I believe.
Probably best to take cash.
Do you want to go first, or you want me to?
Oh, that's your bet. I didn't even see you had. Yeah, I'll go first. Since
All
mine's
right.
on the list. Um, um, so some legal issues they faced. All these people pretty much got sued. It's kind of what my group leader was saying earlier. It says profile celebrities, including Tom Brady, they were sued for endorsing failed cryptocurrency exchange, basically pumping stuff up, making people think that it was worth buying, and then basically scamming them out of all their money. And then Ty, you can go.
Yeah, like you guys seen in a few slides before, Stephen Curry was a big name, and he faces a lawsuit with cryptocurrency. The lawsuit claims legendary NBA team Golden State Warriors financially benefited from promoting disgraced crypto exchange to Stephen Curry. So we spoke on Steph Curry earlier, and I just added on to that a little bit.
Okay. Okay. So here we have one of those companies, but Chase Bank is starting one. So what are you going to do to be able to uh, protect yourself, Tana? What y'all going to do?
Can you repeat that for me, please?
Well, we see what's happened. So how are you going to going forward? It's like anything else. Okay,
That's easy. So you
we
basically
begin to
asking like
get
how we're
more and
gonna,
more crypto firms out there.
right?
So more and more companies accept cryptocurrency. Like, some car dealers accept cryptocurrency. So what are y'all gonna do?
Just, just do your research. Like just read on what you're buying and putting your money into.
Hmm, do your research. So what kind
Pay
of research
attention.
are you going to do?
You can just look at the background and the history of what what good has happened for people and what bad has happened for people in the past.
I mean, yeah, pretty much like exactly what he said. And I know it's kind of hard because I mean, something I would say to like protect yourself would be to look at who's backing certain things. I mean, you have people like Stephen Curry and Tom Brady backing certain things. It's kind of hard because you would look at them and go, "I believe them." But I mean, if there's no past, um, I don't want to say experience, but if it hasn't been there for a while and it kind of just came out of nowhere and now it's just this amazing get rich quick thing, like most of the time it's not gonna plan out well in the end.
Well, these companies do have financial statements. So you tell me. So you relying on a celebrity who doesn't know anything about finances. I mean, that's on you. You talking about, in terms of. I mean, that's not, Stephen Curry plays basketball. Brady plays football. So why would you rely on them in the first place?
Same
That's just
reason,
how people are in the
right?
world. Like they see a famous person and they just like, oh, like, I don't. That's just how the world works. It seems like it's not
Yeah,
a
'cause-
good thing, but that is
Yeah,
how the
and
world works.
if they see they got money and they're telling you how to get money, they're not gonna think like they're lying. But they making
Yeah,
money
they
off of
just.
telling you to get money.
So
facts.
y'all just giving up. Y'all gonna see which celebrity sounds the best and go with that. That's what y'all gonna do.
I mean, I think that's what they're gonna do. I don't know if that's what.
Yeah, not me personally,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, not
What
yeah.
you
That's
gonna
what
do then? What you gonna do
people are
then?
gonna do.
what am I gonna do?
Like I said, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
do my research and look at the reviews and
Well,
stuff like that, and
tell
then
me
Or
about
get
this
an
research.
accountant. Get an
Say
accountant,
that.
get them to do that for you.
Right, which is was kind of crazy because
You
these
don't
people
think
that they're following and listening
you don't
to,
think
like,
Stephen Curry has an accountant or Tom Brady has an
that's what I was gonna
accountant?
say.
You don't think they
Exactly.
have accountants?
No, they do. So what
I
I'm saying
do.
is like it's crazy
But why
because like
didn't they find it? If they had accountants, why couldn't they find this?
Because they were hiding it and nobody even knew like they were really lying because he was backed up by another one of his companies. So FTX was backed up by Alameda Company and they were like trading stuff in and nobody really knew like they were even lying until they posted like their balance sheet and people started looking into it, the FDIC and all of that. So like
But,
of
but
course everything looked
see,
legit until it doesn't.
so you say posted what now?
They posted their balance sheet. I don't even know who did it, but like one of the sources posted their balance sheet and they seen that like stuff wasn't adding up. And like the people they were taking the monies from their customers and they were using it to like fund other things. I think he was using that to fund his Almeida company, but I'm not really too sure on how that worked.
How many of you all can prepare a balance sheet?
Kind of.
kind of, but
How
I
many of
mean,
you all can prepare a balance sheet?
I'm
Kanye a
looking
little bit.
halfway. Yeah.
Y'all have no hope that you can.
Dang,
we
dang.
Well,
still
you know,
learning. Like,
You
Like
supposed to
that's
teach me
exactly
how to
that's why
make
we
one.
here. That's messed
that's
up.
right. So I gave you all a little problem to work, a
Mhm.
couple of little problems, and I told you all to go make the journal entries, post to the ledger, do a trial balance and financial statements. And what did y'all
Some of
do?
them got weird though. Like the number five question, it didn't like we didn't it didn't go over the stuff we went through in class. Like at the bottom, it was talking about adjusting entries and stuff like that. Like some journal entries that we put in and like had like two credits, one debit, like two debits, one credit, and then I got kind of confused and I don't know how to, you know. But yeah,
Yeah, what
I think
she said.
the most
period.
difficult part for me is like, well, me personally is I this is my first time really like working through Excel. I don't really know. That's probably my biggest thing. Cause because if I can ask you, like, if we were in class, we would be creating them on paper, correct? Like,
Now we'd be on Excel, right, Ebony?
We did both.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. But we submitted. We did submit on Excel, but we worked on class paper.
Okay, Excel just simply adds and subtracts. So if you're looking at major companies, you combine them and looking at things. You got to better utilize Excel. So when am I going to get my financial statements? So you all see what's going to happen if you don't know anything about financial statements. When are y'all going to work your problems?
Well, I just want to know if my journal entries is right, because if the journal entry is not right, the whole thing will be wrong after that. So that's my
That's
big thing.
correct. So you all were supposed to do what?
The journal
Send me
entry.
journal entries.
Wait, we're supposed to send it to you first, or was that the attendance quiz?
Yeah, there was
No.
an attendance quiz where I asked you all to send me the journal entries so I could look at them.
Wait, I thought the attendance quiz was the stuff we did in class.
No, the
Okay, so
attendance quiz
disregard what
were
I
the
sent you.
journal entries.
I'm cooked. What I sent you, don't.
Wait, so
Yeah.
we was only supposed to do the journal entries?
Today,
I thought
Oh,
we was supposed to do the whole thing.
thing.
Me too.
eventually, but
Oh,
because as
Yeah,
someone
because when I
said, if the
asked
journal
you,
entry is not right, you can't go any further. I
you
decided I
said
would
that we
have
had
you
to.
send me the journal entries so I could look at them and see how they look.
Oh,
so
You know,
which one is just the journal entry? The journal entry, was that the attendance quiz, or is that the financial review part that we're supposed to turn in?
okay, you have a financial review problem.
Hmm.
And the first thing on that financial review problem you had to do was with journal entries. And so what I asked you to do was to send me the journal entries so I could see how they would look. I asked you
That's
to
it.
send me the journal entries.
Okay, then what's the attendance quiz?
The journal entries. The attendance quiz is the journal entries. That's 5 points. Then the total financial review problem is going to be 20 points because y'all could work on that outside classroom. So I'm cutting
So
back.
basically, hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, so okay, so basically what you're saying is the attendance quiz is the journal entries that we're supposed to work on for our financial review, and you're giving
You're
us
fading on me
more
now,
time
though.
to work on.
You faded on me. Well, I tell you what we'll do. I tell you what we'll do. Since you all, worked a little bit on this presentation together, I'm just let each team do one financial review problem. So each team just has to do one financial review problem. The teams got to select something between 3 and 5. So each team needs to select a problem between 3 and 5 and work on it together and get it to me.
So basically, doing the whole thing all over again, but with our
What whole
teams.
thing all over?
Like we making a new journal entry, like everything basically. We just picking what problem that we doing as a team.
Well, hopefully somebody on the team has the journal entry done.
Mm.
So you just pick your best problem. Or we can keep it like it is. I was just trying to be nice.
No, that's fine, Professor. Most definitely.
That's
Yeah,
good.
that's real good. Yeah.
it's
Without
cool.
stress.
It has. You said it has to be 3 and 5, like not one or
Yeah,
two.
let's be 3 to 5, not the baby ones 1 to 2, since it's four
Okay.
or five for you all. So it
Hmm.
needs to be one between 3 and 5.
And are we just dividing the journal entries, or is this the whole thing for
Not
the corporate?
Chloe. Not Now you know I want everything.
Did you want one person to
Okay,
turn that
so
in, or did you want us to turn it in
One
individually?
person,
I need a
one person will be fine.
it's my first day in here. I need a team.
Me too.
But we have people leaving, so you all got your group me. Y'all get that together and get your team set up.
Also,
Everybody has lost someone, I think. Should be
I have a
5 person to a team, so it's up to you all to get that done. How many people are here today?
So it can only be five, no more than five.
5 can be 6, maybe. So
Taj, I added you to the group, so that makes six.
All right, bet. Thank you.
so you all can be at 6. So at 6, hopefully everybody will. It's up to you all to do it. Get that done. And let's talk about journal entries. See if I can. Is my screen still showing? It's not showing.
it's
Your
showing.
your your
It's showing.
wallpaper
Oh, it's
screensaver.
showing. Okay, it's
It's
showing.
showing the financial review problem 3.
This is
Yeah.
number 3. You invested 100,000 to J. Weren't y'all hear, didn't y'all hear about investments? FTX made that investment, but instead of putting it in at 100,000, they put it in at 10 million. That's what they did. That's why you have to understand journal entries. So everybody should understand that. Then you purchase supplies on account. Whenever you purchase inventory, it is on account. So you got to debit the inventory and credit accounts payable. Is that clear?
Wait, say that one more time.
Anytime you purchase inventory, it's on account. That is, you don't pay delivery drivers, and companies don't want you to pay the delivery driver. They let the delivery driver bring it to you, and then they send you a bill. So in 3 and 4, you should be debiting inventory and crediting accounts payable. Is that clear?
Mm-hmm.
So you should have a journal entry debiting inventory, crediting accounts payable. Now, let's go to when you sell something. When you sell the shoes, you debit cash, in this case, and you credit sales. But you need a second journal entry where you debit cost of goods sold. I'm just going to put COGS here, COGS, and you credit inventory. You don't buy inventory to look at it, you buy inventory to sell it. So every time you got a sale, you got to debit cash and credit sales. And you got to debit cost of goods sold and credit inventory. Got it? And you utilize the inventory chart to do that. And somebody on your team should know how to work with an inventory chart to come up with this cost of goods sold number. We might, well, we'll see. We'll look at it and see in a second. You should be able to pay a dividend, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Then you purchase equipment. When we purchase the equipment, then we always depreciate equipment and we debit depreciation expense and we credit accumulated depreciation. So you buy something, you can't stand on the books as an asset, you got to write it off. And we keep the original cost on there, but we're going to show that that item is depreciating. So we got a 10-year life. The equipment costs 100,000. We're using straight line. Its salvage is 10,000. So what we would do would be to say, okay, it cost 100,000. Salvage is estimated at 10,000, and therefore you can only depreciate 90,000. Okay, you can only depreciate 90,000. You got a 10-year life, and so you're going to divide 90,000 by 10, and so your depreciation expense would be how much?
Is it 10% of 90?
9.
That'll work. When you make that adjusting entry, you debit depreciation expense and credit accumulated depreciation. We keep the equipment on at 100,000, but we reduce it by the depreciation.
Okay.
Okay, we bought supplies. We bought 5,000 in supplies. At the end of the year, we only got what? 1,000. So what do we got to do? We got to make an adjusting entry, now debiting supplies expense and crediting supplies. So if your supplies were originally 5,000 and now you only got 1,000, how much supplies did you use? If you had 5,000 in the bank at the start of the period and you got 1,000 now, how much did you spend?
4,000. 4,000.
Okay, that's the expense. The difference between what you had and what you got. You see those adjusting entries, Miss Aisha?
I'm sorry, what you say?
See those adjusting entries now?
Yes. I seen, was it the type 20 and 21 on your little sheet?
I don't know if it was that far down.
Huh?
I don't know if it, but it's on there. You'll
Okay.
see. I don't think they're in that far down there, 13, 14 range.
Oh.
You're supposed to have a copy of them. Okay. Are there any other questions on any of these journal entries?
Can you
All right,
scroll
let's
back
see if
up to
we
number
can make a
5?
little inventory chart.
I have a question.
Yes.
Um, so number 5, the amount
Hmm.
that you credit and debit for the cash and sales, are those different from the cost of goods sold and the inventory for the second entry you make?
If you are selling shoes, are you going to sell them at the price you pay for them? Or are you going to try to make money?
Make a profit, so it'll be different?
Yeah, I would hope so. All right, let's go back to that entry. We sold 3,000 pairs of shoes for what, $100. So how much money we trying to get? How much money would that be?
300.
300,000. So we debit cash for 300,000 and we credit sales for 300,000. Now we need to get this number. And the way we're going to get this number is go to this inventory chart. We're using LIFO inventory, okay? That's the last ones in are the first ones sold. Okay, so we bought 2010 and 4020. We bought 2010. I'll just put them over here. We bought 2010. How much money is that? Is that 20,000?
20,000.
20,000.
Then we bought what? 4,000 at what? At 20.
Is that 80,000 or 8,000?
So that's 80,000. How many pairs of shoes did we sell? In that cash sale, that what I recorded, how many pairs of shoes did you sell?
6,000.
How many?
6,000.
No, we sold 3,000. See that?
Yeah.
We purchased 2 and 4, then we sold 3,000 pairs of shoes. So this number is where I get that cost of goods sold number. We sold 3,000 pairs of shoes. We're using LIFO, which means we're going to do what? Go to the bottom. If it was FIFO, we'd be up here at the top, but we're using LIFO. So we're going to have 3,000 pairs of shoes at 20. So how much is that? 60,000, okay? This is the number that goes in that cost of goods sold journal entry. So when you make the journal entry, so how much gross profit did we make on the sale of these shoes? Sale of these shoes? Chloe, how much gross profit did we make on the sale of those shoes?
Is that the difference or the number in red?
That's the difference.
240,
So you bet. So that's what you're
240,000.
trying to do. You buying and you selling higher. That's what shoe stores sell all the. That's what they do all the time. They buy at one price and they're gonna sell for more because they gotta pay other expenses. They gotta buy equipment. So you got to sell it for a whole lot more than what you paid for it. Are there any questions? So I've worked most of this problem now. Only a few journal entries left.
Can you go to the inventory spot that you did, please?
Go to the inventory spot. We bought 2,000 pairs at 10. We bought 4,000 pairs at 20. Okay. We sold 3,000 pairs of shoes. We got to have a price in here. If it were FIFO, we would have showed the old ones first, then some of these. 2010, then 1,020. But we're using LIFO where we sell the last ones first. So we sold out of this group 3,020, 60,000. So how much do we have left in shoes now? We got 2,000 at 10, 20,000. What else do we have left?
1,000 at 20,
1,000 at what? 20?
20.
So that would be what? 20,000. So what we want to learn to do is to prepare and understand financial statements so we don't have to depend on the celebrities to tell us what to do, all right? You're not going to be able to, succeed in this world if you're depending on celebrities. And then after y'all elect Donald Trump, people are going to be doing all kinds of illegal stuff. So Aisha, that dog is good and he might protect you physically, but he's not going to be able to protect your buddy.
He's scary. He not gonna protect nothing.
So everybody see, maybe all y'all should select problem 3. I don't know. Just saying, since it's about half work, maybe y'all might want to do problem 3.
Can you do us like a little favor, and just post this, please?
Just a little favor. What's the little favor?
Can you post this? Just a small favor, nothing crazy.
Post what now?
This that you just did, the little work thing. And you never posted the recording from the last class. I've been looking for it for like 3 days.
I don't know. I think 17 or 18 people found it and looked at it.
Where is it at?
Same place.
On Blackboard?
No, YouTube. On my
YouTube.
YouTube station.
You got a YouTube.
No, no wonder you can't find anything.
Like, where is it? What's your name, Mr. Influencer?
I think is that on the syllabus?
Uh,
The reason I
We
use Blackboard, like I have somebody now who can't get on Blackboard, okay? So if they can't get on Blackboard, then it doesn't work. So that was one of the reasons. So during the pandemic, let me just see. Uh, that's not it.
I think the channel is just your name with accounting.
Let me just see. Trying to figure out the easiest way to open it. You will not disappear. Okay, let me just see what happens. So you see, here are all my videos. You see this? See this, Aisha? 19 views today. Now here it is here. It's Joseph Boyd 9109. Okay? At Joseph Boyd 9109. Do we see that? And not only are the current year videos there, but there are prior year videos there. Okay, so more and more videos.
Thank you.
This
Okay,
conference will now be recorded.
all right. So let me see if I can. Does everyone see that? I think that's on the syllabus. But just look up Joseph Boyd 9109, I think. But I think I put that on the syllabus. So you'll find not only these, but some previous ones and some good ones to look at. There's a 232 virtual class like this I had 1 year ago in the spring. So you can go through and look at videos there also. Okay.
Are you gonna post the edits you did?
Am I going to post what?
The edits you did.
This one here? Am I
Yeah.
going to post this?
Yeah.
Yes, I will post it.
W professor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Save as financial view problem 3.
So when would the team problem will we do? Will we do by the end of the day today or another day?
By Wednesday when we get to class. That
Okay,
fair?
uh, so the one that we had to do like by ourselves, that's not like a grade anymore. Like we don't have to do that no more.
That's correct, unless you want to do it.
Mm-mm.
I thought I'd be nice.
Outstanding is the word.
Yes, thank you, because I was struggling.
You
Thank
okay. So now it shouldn't, if all y'all working together, it should not be any struggling, right?
you. No.
It's on those teams if you don't work together. So everybody should be on a team. If you're not on a team, we'll increase them to 6. But you got to work with your team. So I'm giving you a break
And you
this
said
time.
you was posting this, right?
Yes,
Like
as
this
soon as we
before?
finish class today, I will put it in Blackboard.
Right on.
Any other questions? Okay, so just have each team, you've got one problem to work. Everybody work on the journal entries. Then you discuss those journal entries and make sure they're correct. I've done most of it. Then you go through and you work on your trial balances and everybody try to do the T accounts and get it balanced. And then we go from there. So because you all are working together, I expect it to be correct, okay? Any other questions?
So, yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
So, now is it still all of it to the closing entries, or
Yes,
you just
Chloe,
said
all
T
of it
account?
to the closing
I'm just making
entries.
sure because the last time it was something different. But okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else?